Thank you, Commissioner Cooper, and thank you for letting me follow Monica. That is always such a pleasure to try to match that.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Good luck on that one.
John, thank you for your service. I enjoyed it and getting to meet him a few times. Uh, Look, I get to speak about do not steal or this concept of it, and from a standpoint, it's really simple, right? We all understand it's wrong to steal. Again, as Mike said, and as others have said, we have a conscience, and that conscience tells us that it's wrong. But stealing can go so much farther than the physical aspect of taking something that doesn't belong to you. Georgia law has concepts of theft by taking, theft by deception, deceiving someone to get something, theft by conversion. But let's break those down for a second, not in the aspects of what the law actually says, but what can we do and what harm can we do when we steal? I think we can all agree that if you steal from someone, and we'll talk about what some of those things can be, it's simply a lack of respect for another human being. If you take something that doesn't belong to you, if you are, look, you can steal somebody's happiness. You can steal someone's words from them. Uh, Guys, you can steal human dignity from someone. You can steal humanity from someone. Um, those things cannot be in a civilized society. Um, I'm in law enforcement and have been doing this for over 3 decades. And I think, as everyone knows, it's a pretty tough time in law enforcement right now. Sometimes, as a profession, we can be our own worst enemies. Um, and sometimes we can be punching bags when we're not our own worst enemies. But we have to be willing to take that. And when I say take that, we have to be able to be willing to take that from a community and listen and have conversations. What we have to do is, in this concept of theft, in this concept of you can steal the safety of someone. And this is where the really complexity comes in, right? If we allow the theft of safety, which is what we have seen somewhat in our nation lately, which is lawlessness occurring. And it's not fair for someone to lose their safety. But contrast that with the other part that we have to guarantee, and Judge Bagley spoke about this for a minute. We have to guarantee justice is fair. It's that simple. If we're going to, as a community, guarantee safety, if we're demand safety and say lawlessness will not be accepted and cannot be accepted in our communities, it does harm to our communities. It does harm to everyone. Then we have to guarantee that justice is fair. Justice being from the judicial system, i.e. the courts, as well as from the law enforcement system. Now, here in Forsyth, I think we're not perfect by any means. Let me say that. But what we've shown is a courage of the community to demand that we're not going to allow lawlessness here, but we're going to demand justice for everyone here. And I think what we see is by not allowing people to steal our safety, our happiness, our humanity and dignity, whether that is from the law enforcement side or whether that is from the community side or behaviors from certain people in our community, then I think we have shown what can happen when a community can build trust with justice, i.e. the law enforcement system, and we can come together in that sense of trust. This community has an incredible ability to do just that. We have a diverse community now. We have one of the fastest growing Asian communities in the entire nation per capita. And on top of those things, on top of the diversity, which is great, on top of the challenges that come from being a bedroom metro community, what we also see is we have the lowest crime rates of all of metro Atlanta. Not a brag, that's not a chest bump. That's a community and law enforcement trusting one another and saying as a community that we're not going to tolerate not just the physical theft, right? But we're going to tolerate each other stealing our dignity, stealing each other's dignity, stealing our humanity, stealing our safety. And we have to demand that of everyone, and particularly of your leaders, your elected leaders. We owe you that. You elected us and gave us your trust, and we have nothing but our names to put on that. And so we owe that to our community, and I hope that we're meeting that. But we can't sit still. I have a saying that one of two things: you're either growing or you're dying. and I refuse to die at this point. Good Lord will tell me when it's my time. Monica, I thought she was going to take my verse when she spoke of Leviticus. But Leviticus 19:13, you shall not oppress your neighbor nor rob him. The wages of a hired man are not to be remain with you all night long until in the morning. It's talking about human dignity. It's talking about if you owe something to someone, pay them. It goes back to theft is a condition of the human condition, and that is a lack of respect. And those are the things that we have to work better at, to have dignity, to have respect, to have safety, and to allow our folks across the board to have a level of happiness that they can achieve on their own and support them as they do that. I hope those are encouraging words. I hope you know that's who we are as a community, and I hope that's who you think we are as a sheriff's office. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for Rabbi Metz and Congregation Beth Israel for being leaders in our community, of bringing change about and welcoming everyone here. You've been a fantastic host across the board for years here now. So, Rabbi Metz, thank you.